Vile Dragon Wars, the new Yoko Taro game. Let's see how it is.
Good afternoon, or should I say evening, morning. Morning? At any rate, I am the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all
Before
yours.
we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards, which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist on it.
Okay.
However,
Sound is on.
as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well. Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards.
Thank you.
You are about to take the first steps of your adventure.
Do you repeat the line if I go back? No, that's a shame.
Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here.
And you are... who might you be? To be sassy.
I am merely a witness to your exploits. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one.
I haven't actually seen the trailer for this. I just saw the demo was up and I like Yoko Taro.
This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. 3 white-clad adventurers have gathered here at the Queen's summons. Present yourselves, O faithful of the Ivory Order.
Okay. Actually, everything is done via cards. I like that. Your piece is in the middle of the screen. Use the left stick to move in the direction you... Okay. To the Queen. Continue on your journey, your objective will change. Press the triangle button whenever you need a reminder of what next. See cards with glowing edges on your adventure. Step into one to trigger an event. Trigger an event that will move the story along. Objective moves the screen. Oh.
From upon her throne, the Queen regards the adventurers. So you are disciples of the Order.
Might be, whatever that means.
The youngest of the 3 steps forward. She holds herself with well-born grace. I am Winifred of the Ivory Order, Your Majesty, she says. I lead this fellowship.
Nobody make any comments about Winifred. This is Yoko Taro.
She bows, glancing to her 2 companions. In response, the stern-looking one inclines his head and brusquely names himself Berwin.
Berwin, okay.
The older man is the picture of courtesy as he genuflects and introduces himself as Hedwin.
Okay. Ondorzelda Hedwin.
It is these 3 our story follows today. In other words, your party. The Queen acknowledges the
I like
fellowship
that.
with a nod. In a soft voice, she explains her errand.
What's that in front of her face? She has a built-in microphone in her collar.
Someone has stolen the royal treasure. I bid you reclaim it.
Very skinny legs.
Under normal circumstances, I would entrust this to my soldiers, but I do not wish to spread thin my forces with the recent monster troubles. It seems the troubled Queen is judged she can entrust this matter to none but the Ivory Order, beloved of the people and unmatchable in battle. It is our honor to serve you, Your Majesty, and thus the quest falls to the Fellowship. Short of any clues that could lead them to the culprit, however, they press the Queen for further information.
All I ask the Queen, what is the royal treasure? Did you see the thief, Majesty? Or shall there be a reward? I am curious about the royal treasure. Let's go
The
for it.
Fellowship asks the Queen what the royal treasure is. The Queen describes a bottle containing a certain liquid. Without it, she trails off, but the desperation in her voice suggests its loss could spell disaster for the kingdom.
Voices the narrator. Sounds familiar to me, and I don't know why. Screen, did you see the thief, Your Majesty?
The Fellowship asks the Queen if she knows anything about the thief. The Queen says witnesses might be found at Nexton.
Okay. Shall there be a reward?
Usually, one would expect recompense for this sort of undertaking. You're quite a mercenary, but... as demanding a reward would go against the tenets of the Ivory Order,
okay.
you hold your tongue.
Just gonna bump up the volume a little there. So the music might be a little bit quiet. Okay.
The Queen, however, has already said she will reward the Fellowship with whatever they desire. It seems the royal treasure is just that important. Pray tarry no longer here. I await news of your success. The Fellowship bows and takes their leave.
I like our guards. They look cool. Okay. We have a quest. That star's so cute. Head south to Nexton. Press the options button. Menu that you can perform actions such as saving and changing skills. Equipment. Cards you encounter on your journey be added to your collection, which can also be found from the menu screen. Please give it a look from time to time. Okay, have a look. Skill. Equipment party. Level 5. She has White Heal and a Magic Strike. There's Winifred, I think is her name. And I can't remember. Lightning Strike and Downward Strike. And Ponderous Old Man. Contemplate Generate Gem. I'm sure all of this will make more sense once I play it. Those are skills. Oh, I'm getting used to X and circle being swapped. Those are just passives. Adventurer's attire. Makes sense. Party. Is there a way I can look at their names whilst I'm here? No, but I can swap where they are in the party? Fair enough. Collection. I'm going to assume we don't have any yet. Save though. That thing. I love how everything is cards. That's very cool. Oh.
We can waste no time finding the treasure. Winifred strides toward town. Wait, cries Berwin, blocking Winifred's path. A monster.
That's not a monster, that's adorable. I want to give it a hug. Look at it.
You dare stand in our way? Hedwin scowls at the foul creature.
Why are you being mean to this thing? Look at it. Looks like it just wants a hug.
It lunges at the Fellowship.
A hug. I don't blame him. Oh my god, they're both adorable. Fight us on, take down all your enemies, and victory shall be yours. Magic Strike. On the little thing. Fuse drops to 0, becomes incapacitated. Yep. Attack is indicated on the lower left, defense on the lower right. Oh, I see. Yep. Don't know what gems are. Attack plus 3 fire damage. Press it's up to you. Play your hand wisely. Not much for tutorials then. Okay. Oh no, Winifred. Okay, so I think that costs a gem, which I can add to the old fella. Don't need to heal. Oh, okay.
Good work.
Thank you. And we just get cards. Oh no, that's our XP. Makes sense.
Winifred heaves a disgruntled sigh as she smooths her rumpled garb. Showing no signs of weariness from battle, Berwyn silently wipes the monster's ichor from his weapon.
Icorism.
Hedwyn inspects the remains of their foe. The queen spoke true, he mutters, his face masked in contemplation. Winifred gives a grim nod at his words. Mayhap the treasure's theft and the monster's behavior are connected somehow. First things first, the Fellowship needs to gather more information. To Nexton they set their sights.
Winifred, their leader? I don't know. Continue. Where's Nexton? I don't actually know how long the demo is. Lucky for you, there are all sorts of establishments in town to support your new adventure. Would you care to have them explained? Yes. Proceed to recover your party's HP. Purchase items to restore your party's HP. Citizens and more. Sell weapons and armor to give you an edge in battle. Stock candy items to use on your journey. Is this entire thing a card game? Okay, fair enough. Weapon to the Nexus and find the thief. So there's only an armorer here.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Show me your wares, good proprietor. Sell many things. An adventurer's attire, which I'm assuming is what I already have. Yeah. A ring protection. I feel as though a sword could be good. Could I not buy it? Did I press the wrong button?
The
Probably.
proprietor asks.
What do I have? Oh, there we go. Fine, equip. Owen is all set. What else can I buy? Current gear. We have sacred stars. Mostly just buy stuff for Berwyn unless we buy the... We will give that to... 15, 20, we'll give that to the old fella. Edwin. That'll be all. Characters, yep, already. It's not blacksmith's character story. Something I can do in here? Something in here. Characters? Oh, okay. Actually read some of the backstory of the characters, I guess. Winifred was born into the Ivory Order and carries herself with grace expected of all ladies therein. Her fellow Order members find her mage training a boon on their travels. Look forward to the back of these cards and the whole story in the retail version of the game. Fair enough. There's Winifred. Berwyn. The Ivory Order values warriors as level-headed and trustworthy as Berwyn. Warriors who approach woodchopping and bodyguard detail with equal amounts of intensity and fortitude. Yeah, same thing. There's Berwyn. The card art is gorgeous. Oh, you can see full body. He looked better before I did the full body portrait. But we did not look at Winifred's full garb. Okay, kind of as expected. I don't know what purpose the open-toed boots serve, but serve? I can't talk today. Hedwyn. The entire Ivory Order reveres Hedwyn for his wisdom. He looks like a villain, I'm just saying. When a young woman was placed in his care, his obsessive focus on etiquette revealed never scythe. Exacting disciplinarian. Oh dear. Got some sort of catalyst in his other hand. Character designs are really cool. Queen... Nilin? Was it? Queen Nilla. No ruler is safe from fear and worry, but Queen Nilla harbours a knot in her gut unrelated to and more personal than the recent rise in monster activity. Okay. Cars back and forth. Man. Knight. He was taciturn, kept his head down and did his duty. Not one of his comrades could ever recall hearing his voice. Fair enough. Cauldron design from straight out of World of Warcraft. That's good to see. Guard. Everyone wears a mask and cloak, white as the snow. His suits are just fine, more than fine. One might say she joined the Ivory Order just to wear it. One wouldn't be wrong. That's a really cool character design. I like that a lot. And then we also have the blacksmith. If I stop placing a circle and learn how to speak. Hello there, striking out on your own, are you? Oh, I've been at this long enough to size people up at a glance. Don't worry, I'll make you exactly what you need. Very good. What a good man. Got pecs the size of my head.
I'm too scared to leave town with all those monsters out there. The woman sighs.
Okay, I'm just saying. Lovely lady with that face is somewhat of a misnomer. Because that is terrifying. She's brandishing a knife like a Final Fantasy Tomberry and is clutching bread under her overall. This is a woman with a dark past and a sordid story. That's all she had to say for me.
Welcome to Nexton, hails a man.
I want to ask him, tell us of Nexton.
The man doesn't respond to any question except to parrot back his original greeting.
Oh. Necessary requirements to unlock mature man's character story. But there was a theft.
The Fellowship asks if he's heard anything about the theft of the royal treasure. The man's eyes widen. He leans close to Winifred and whispers something in her ear. Welcome to Nexton.
God's sake. Thanks, Greedo. Okay. We unlocked his character card. God damn it. There he is. He made a promise to the love of his life when they were married. I shall love you till death do us part. 1/2 century later, he has proven to be a man of his... Oh. It's kind of sweet. Can I talk to her again? No, she just comments on the monsters. Okay.
The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town.
Thank you, town guide. Average man. Okay, so there's definitely more to the lovely lady, as they called her. Which again, I'm convinced is a misnomer. There he is. Day passed that he didn't wear his hair or arrange his clothes just the way she liked. She was the prettiest girl in the village, and one day he was sure she'd notice him. Oh, we should do something about those trousers. Oh god, I hope it's not the lovely lady he's invested in. Oh, okay. Oh my god, she's back.
A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. Upon catching sight of the Fellowship, she calls out for their aid.
Okay.
She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary.
That is not a face of mercy.
Winifred rushes to her and helps her up. Berwin lifts the woman onto his back, and the
Don't
Fellowship
trust her on your
sets
back.
out
She
in
has a knife,
search
and
of an apothecary.
neither of you are wearing much armor. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. Transport the hobbled woman to the apothecary. Okay. Jump over to upward facing terrain cards. The right stick in the direction you want to jump, then press the O button. Go jump into the apothecary. What? Oh, I see. Okay.
You arrive at the apothecary.
Her face is just so upsetting.
After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping
hold
up
on.
and down.
Wanted to take a screenshot of her face. I'll just take a Steam shot. Sort that out later.
Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams.
God, I can't believe we just enabled a, abuser.
She turns to the Fellowship, her eyes widening in surprise. You three. It seems she's only now realized the Fellowship are disciples of the Ivory Order. The woman takes each of their hands in turn, thanking them for their service. The Ivory Order is famous for providing medical supplies throughout the realm, and indeed the wider world.
Okay. So we are medics by trade? I guess that tracks with Winifred.
Every smile the Order brings to someone's face makes Winifred proud to be a disciple.
She goes. A not mature woman's flip-side story. Special stories about the characters and enemies among your collected cards. Progress through the adventure and defeat the myriad enemies in your path to collect every special story. Collection. Yeah, I've already been doing that, but you didn't look at the enemies. Mature woman. Every morning she wakes up early to get breakfast ready, and every morning she has to take her husband's abuse. There's only so much a woman can stomach. Oh no! What on earth is going on with this woman? We saw at least 2 monsters. Oh fuck. As these little fluffs mature, their fur grows until it covers their faces. As this is quite the existential threat, they entice other monsters to trim their fur so they can see. I don't care what anyone says, that thing is adorable. And an orc child? We just murdered a child? Listen carefully in any woodland, and you're bound to hear the methodical tap-tapping of these fine little fellows' wooden mallets. Monsters considered them mastercraft orcs. I just feel bad. It's a child? Beats the inhabitants of Nexton, yeah. It was before.
How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. The apothecary catches sight of the Fellowship. Ah, the Ivory Order, to which I owe the prosperity of my humble shop, she says. She gestures to the drawers filled with her wares. Pray, choose one of my concoctions and take it at no cost. It shall be a token of my thanks to the Order. The Fellowship insists they will pay as any other customer would, and sets about browsing her wares.
I kind of doubt that prices are going to change depending on which store you go to.
Will that be all? The proprietress
Potions.
asks.
Let's story.
Nothing holds a candle to ivory order medicine, proclaims the woman,
Stuff.
swigging this curative and that.
Him.
The man claims he saw a suspicious someone leaving the castle grounds carrying what looked to be a medicine bottle.
Wondering if the queen
He didn't
is
get a
sick.
good look at their face, but says they were nothing but skin and bone. The Fellowship thanks the man for the useful information. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
Is adorable. Everyone in this game is apparently adorable. Item shop girl. We'll have a chat with this one first.
The woman begs the Fellowship for their autographs. She seems to greatly admire the Order. I know there's nothing to worry about with disciples of the Order here, she says, relief flooding her features. Upon asking, the woman says she was attacked by a monster outside of town. A strange creature, she says, nothing but bones, and it clutched a bottle of medicine as if its life depended on it.
Woman's character story. We'll go through all the other character stories, found out everything we down. I'll check the inn first.
You make your way to the inn, where you're greeted with a hearty hello by the owner. You're from the Ivory Order, aren't you? Thanks to a royal decree, you're allowed to stay the night for free, and you're not about to refuse such hospitality.
I could just leave, thus refusing, but I will rest. I think Winifred took a hit during the last combat.
The party leaves the inn feeling rested.
And we got the innkeeper story. Very nice.
Apparently, there's a monster lurking around the outskirts of town stealing medicine, and only medicine.
Is that a child or a man?
Rumors claim the monster fled to the west.
So did I actually get the title of the stream right? That I am looking at it. Voice of Cards, the Dragon Rolls, yeah. Right.
Thanks to the information gleaned from the townsfolk, the Fellowship is all but certain of who has stolen the royal treasure. The first clue was the Queen's description of the treasure, a small bottle containing a certain liquid. Then there's the bony figure seen fleeing town, the skeletal monster clutching the bottle of medicine, and the monster that fled west. From all that information, the Fellowship distills the thief's true identity.
Done it. The skeleton monster, fleeing west. Scrawny street urchin, or I haven't a clue.
Realization strikes Winifred.
Not sure really had to
I
wonder
know
about
who
it.
our thief is. The monster made of bones, Hedwyn interjects. The one that fled west. Berwyn nods in agreement, as if to say, another sage pronouncement from the great and wise Hedwyn.
Ah, Winifred. You
Winifred
tried.
clears her throat, proclaims that the Fellowship shall head west, out of town, and walks off.
We're west of Nexon in pursuit of the monster. And we got the man's character story. You still have the game parlor.
An innocent-looking young boy accosts the Fellowship. Want to play a game with me? He asks expectantly. In this parlor, you can play cards. The child rambles on, wheedling you. I'll give you this if you play with me.
Curse. How to play. Goal is to use your cards to get more points than the other players. Get points by arranging your cards into sets of matching cards or consecutive straights. Try making a set. I'm never good at these. When a game starts, each player is dealt their hand, one card at a time. It's turn. then everyone takes their actions in turn order. Go first. Draw 2 cards from the deck. So the 2 that have the same number. Okay, so you do blue 3, which makes sense. 1 point, yeah. Set, you earn points equal to the sum of the numbers on the cards. Any cards left over, you may choose 1 to remain in your hand. This is the end of your turn. Next, I'll act for the other player. You don't have any cards that can make a set. When that happens, you have to discard all but 1 card from your hand. Okay. It's your turn next, but let me take this opportunity to explain the play screen. It's your player card, that's where you see how many points you have left. The sets you've made are here. You can have up to 3 sets at one time. You can see what you have left in your hand here. Pot is at the top. Any player can use the cards when making a set. The cards remaining in the deck are shown in the upper left. When this reaches 0, the game is over. And that's the play screen. Let's return to the game. I believe it will turn. Griffith's turn. Cards in the deck. Try making a set from the cards in the pot and what's in your hand. Okay, so I can use the pot. You can make a set with up to 3 cards of the same number. You're 3A, so try making a set. Points. This isn't too bad. I'm terrible at these because I am awful with numbers. It's your turn. Oof, 3 points. Cards with consecutive numbers on them. Okay. Only make 1 set per turn. You can make a 2-card set with the 3s or a 3-card set of 2, 3. Make a 4 set, you'll have to discard 1 of the sets you already have. Oh, okay. Tiny bastard. Try and win. Did you just win? Oh, he didn't. Okay. I don't need to hit them. I guess we'll get rid of them. I can see people wasting a lot of time playing this. Not sure if it's quite as addicting as Gwent, but it's still good. Yeah, I'll play cards. Just for the game. Let's beat the small child and get a new card. Phrasing, I should really work on that. So you go first. Hey. Yeah, we don't have anything. just going to be disappointed if I lose. That's all. Just disappointed. We can make 3, 4, 5. Very cool. The art design for the monsters. The slime is very cute, and so is the weird fish boy. Oh, we can make a set of 3. Gonna run out and have to start discarding his set soon. At least I think that's how it works. 4 and 2. Don't have enough. That's pretty good. Bumps him onto the wind. Oh, or not. I'm still very much in the lead. What's my hacker on hand? 5 and 4, I guess. Do you have to? Okay. Oh, right. Oh, I didn't have 3 sets anyway. Oh, enjoy your 6 points. I don't think this kid can win at this point. This can somehow top out 40 points. I would have got rid of the 2 A's, the aces. I don't know why I didn't. Turn after this, and then we'll keep going with the actual adventure. Big one. What a shark.
Thanks for playing, the boy squeals. He hands over the medicine bottle as promised.
Speller. I thought it was a spell. Oh well. New add skills. Play a game piler. Oh, you can play online. Okay. Follow receptionist character story. Collection. Have a look. I can't even remember who we haven't checked. The woman? The loss of her family took her to the brink of ending her own life. Then she heard about an island where anyone could find happiness. Okay. Sickly child who spent his days gazing out the window, longing to run and play with the others. He could just do that, taking the bitterest medicine that was cake. Oops, wrong button. We've seen her, we've seen him. It was a quick hire, her gentle disposition was sure to attract a few more customers, they figured. No one was prepared for the crush of customers that ensued. Her moist, glistening eyes, the lone bright spot in her dimly lit shop, locked on me as soon as I set foot inside. Her uncanny, croaking laughter sent shivers down my spine. Eerie. He confessed his love to her and asked her to live together with him. He pledged to make her happy. She nodded and agreed readily. Aww. Rumours abound that the sweet innocent boy whose patrons of the game parlour receives a small bonus from the owner whenever the house wins in a game of cards. Makes sense. And dive into dungeons, you encounter enemies with much must you battle. The adventure will be over, everyone in your party is KO'd. Continue from your last save point. Okay. Oh, that's a road. Makes sense. Oh.
Lying in the dirt, you find an old telescope. You pick it up and angle it toward the coastline. Peering through the lens, you see something in the distance, but you can't tell exactly what.
I wonder what it is.
All you know is there's something up ahead. You should be able to tell for certain what it is if you get closer.
Let's inch closer.
You toss the janky telescope aside and creep forward as silently as you can. Looks like you've spied a fish, twitching and flopping along the shore.
Shocking.
With one final great effort, it heaves itself back into the safety of the sea.
Oh, combat. Let's do it.
And fight.
Gems, you'll need to spend them to use certain skills. You gain 1 gem whenever you take an action. It can sort of take 10 at a time. Okay, that explains it. So. Elements are fire, water, bolt, wind, light, and dark. Those take more damage from elements they are weak to, and less damage from elements they are resistant to. Knowing your enemy's weaknesses and strengths will help you choose which skills to wield to your advantage. Okay. I realize that these characters might be overpowered. Considering my basic heal does 15 health, and all of these things do 1 damage. Oh, level up. Burned a white light, deal 10 attack plus 10 light damage. Fear. HP, so uncast, use a recovery item, I'll take a rest in the inner town, do your cards. Yes, because I want to check and see the new skills. guess I can't. Okay, they just come equipped. We'd have to equip those. Any other sort of forest. I really do love that everything is made of cards.
Rout the enemy.
Well, that is slightly ridiculous. We are like badass knights, I suppose. I can keep following the road.
The Fellowship moves westward, only to be unnerved by the sight of a human figure moving through the trees. The presence of large packs suggests a traveler. The sun bears down hard upon us this day, Winifred says, approaching him. The traveler lets out a chuckle. Indeed, I've just been swimming in the sea to the west. Then perhaps he is heading east. I beg your pardon, but did you catch sight of a monster fleeing west? Winifred, he gives her a puzzled look. There's nothing out there but the sea, he says. That and a cave full of monsters on the opposite
I wonder if this is
shore.
going to be some morally grey stuff where one of the monsters is ill and we need to determine if we need to keep them with the medicine or not. Because I'm assuming the medicine is for the queen, because the story short for her said that she had some sort of struggle or some sort
I
of problem.
suspect you might find your quarry there. The Fellowship exchange glances and nod as if to say, then that is where we shall go. Alas, they will need a boat to cross the sea. The traveler hoists his packs, suggests the Fellowship speak to the fishermen on the western shore, and takes his leave.
Everyone knows everyone. To western shore, for the fishermen who may grant you safe passage across the sea. Now, the western shore is fairly big. What do we got? Two little fluffy things. Got a week to 5, that's good to know. Oh, we only get to pick one.
Let's not go there just yet. I haven't quite finished the story for that section, you see.
What was that, straight west then, I suppose? Do not need to use items. It did say any action generates gems. I'm assuming that actions that spend gems do not. They do.
That was lucky.
I love all those things in heal. Congrats, Winifred. Oh, Beardwin, or whatever. Level up. Not Furball's enemy story. I thought we already had Furball's enemy story. Creatures shed rapidly as they age. Upon losing the last of their fur, they cry out the remainder of their bodily fluids, leaving behind a nearly mummified husk. Same, but I don't brag about it. Jesus, that's grim. I just wanted to check something very quickly. Okay, we'll carry on. I'm guessing the mountains are impassable. Inspirelix? Okay.
About the enemy.
We'll just pop another white light. I think we will get to the fisherman and then pause it there. And back to it.
The Fellowship comes upon an anchored ship. Close by, a fisherman of exquisite
Lee?
physique
Is that you?
pulls a net out of the water.
I'm just not going to focus on anything below the waist.
This is no time for lustful reverie. Winifred races to his side and asks that he give the Fellowship safe passage aboard the ship. That vessel is cursed, the fisherman mutters, trembling.
Cursed, you say?
Night after night, it leaves port without a soul aboard, headed I know not where. Come morning, it is once again anchored here. This, to the fisherman's mind, is the result of a curse. His head drops into his hands. With but a single dispeller, I am certain I could lift
Have a
it
dispeller.
and sail away. Winifred hands the despairing fisherman a dispeller and asks again for safe passage to the cave beyond the sea. The fisherman snatches up the concoction, so delighted that his pectoral muscles begin twitching.
No.
The Fellowship politely ignores this fact. He opens the bottle and proceeds to douse the ship.
Fisherman refused to depart. Okay. Muscle Man's character story. Okay. Where is Muscle Man? There he is. Traumatized by the bullying he received as a child, he vowed he'd never let anyone get the better of him again. His pain was the springboard for the body now before you. Good. I'm glad this is a character that they designed for this video game. We're level 7.
Are you ready to set sail for the cave? The fisherman asks. Let's shove off then. He beckons you aboard. The Fellowship arrives at the mouth of a dank cave, its damp, rocky expanse threatening to swallow them. Monsters could come pouring out at any moment. The fisherman has anchored the ship in the cove. Come back here when you're ready to return to the mainland, he says.
Over into the cave. Uh-oh. New enemy, maybe?
Don't hold back.
Oh, it's a mushroom ball. Let's murder him with white light. Goodbye, mushroom boy. Music is really good. I wonder if any of this is randomized. I got the feeling probably not, but never know.
And fight.
I don't know a circumstance where I wouldn't use that ability. Solid roll. Doesn't matter, he's dead anyway. Orc Child's Enemy Story. I am too depressed to read Orc Child's Enemy Story. The fact that it's an Orc Child is always sad enough. An artisan at a great winner. Put that on Winifred. Oh, damn it. What do we got?
Don't hold back.
Oh, it is a creature. It appears to be some sort of creature. If it's an orc, I'm going to assume that it is against wind. Freeze roll is greater than 5. 5 or greater. Actually, the last story we read was quite funny. Red fungos are fiercely territorial, killing all who set foot in their land and turning corpses into red fungo colonies. Oh no. Goblins love pranks by nature and frequently leap out in front of adventurers they suspect will make good playmates. Oh no. They're all just misunderstood. The careless manner with which ogres brandish their large stone axes make them very dangerous. Most ogres flee the instant they hear an ogre's footfall. Night after night, the orc children scour the corpses of the monsters they've killed. Oh no. Okay, so they are, like, evil. To know, I suppose.
The door is shut tight. You spy a keyhole on it, suggesting the existence of a corresponding key.
Thank you, narrator.
Let's do this.
get a chance to do anything. Oh, white light again. Doesn't matter. Bulky, simple.
The door before you is shut quite tightly. It appears to have a keyhole. The simple key may be. The Fellowship slides the simple key into the keyhole and turns it. The lock opens with a thunk.
Ah, we can ascend. Very good.
An iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles. Berwin pushes the massive handles against the door with all his. Berwin gives the door a roundhouse out of pure frustration. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side. So it was one of those sliding contraptions.
Whole circle was just enough so you can peek it. Got it.
Something leaps out at the Fellowship from the darkness. Winifred deftly parries the attack with her staff. Edwin looks fondly at Winifred, only to have his reverie interrupted by Berwin's cry of, "It's coming back."
Oh, fighting a skeleton. Wanted medicine, no clear reason.
Don't hold back.
Guessing holy does bonus damage too.
Fortune favors the bold.
We're related, apparently. Go half level up quickly.
The Fellowship approaches the chest, only for a voice deep as an earthquake to echo through the cavern. "You shall not have it," a voice growls. The Fellowship warily eyes their surroundings as several somethings leap out of the shadows.
Oh my. What have we got? A slime? Two slimes and a skeleton in a German shoulder hat. Ooh, damage. A rare. Christ.
this for?
No. You get a lot across with very, very basic graphics here. It's all just cards. I appreciate it. Hey, well done, Bowen.
Winifred neatly steps through the fiend's remains and opens the chest. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last,
That's no
the
ordinary
royal
medicine
treasure
bottle.
is in safe hands once more, Hedwyn sighs. Winifred and Berwyn nod in agreement.
Oh. The royal treasure. We did it.
Treasure in hand, the Fellowship exit the cave, exulted.
Go us.
In time, the Fellowship find themselves before the Queen once more. They offer her the retrieved treasure. As reward for the arduous task of returning our prized possession, I bid you name anything you desire, she proclaims. She is positively beaming and seems prepared to shower the Fellowship with riches, whether they demand them or not. But at that moment,
Oh, plot twist.
a massive roar, the likes of which had never been heard before, shakes the entire castle. As the roar recedes, one of the royal guard, pale as a sheet, bursts into the royal hall. He struggles to gather his breath. Just now, over the castle, a dragon, he pants to Queen Nilla.
It's a dragon. It's never say a manticore. Actually, I suppose there was a griffin attack in Dragon's Dogma.
A dragon. So the great evil has returned.
Oh.
Queen Nilla turns her gaze to the sky, dumbfounded.
I'm just jamming. This is very near.
So the monster troubles are connected, Edwin says so under his breath, so the Queen does not hear. A profound silence settles over the royal hall. The Fellowship stand tall, unflinching, as though they know what must be done in the face of such a crisis. What will become of the land now that the dragon has returned? I'm afraid that will have to wait. We're all out of time for this portion of the adventure. Don't you worry. We'll continue the tale another time. I look forward to our next session. Until then, I bid you good day. Farewell, friend.
Thank you for playing. This concludes the Box of the Cards demo. Bigger world and grander adventure to in the retail version. It's really good. Got a page? Sure, I can open it at least. Out 20th of October, so it's actually out fairly soon. Definitely give that a go. That a lot. Well, that'll be it, I think. I will most likely put this VOD out on, what's it called? On YouTube. But until then, that will be the stream. I hope everyone who watched this enjoyed it. That was Voice of the Cards, the Isle Dragon Wars. Thank you again.